What's up everybody? It is your boy Corey coming at you with a Q&A video. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for submitting these questions to me on Instagram and YouTube. You guys are the reason this video is happening since y'all submitted these questions. I'm gonna keep them anonymous. I'm not gonna pop them up on the screen. I'm gonna just answer them pretty much. So let's get into the question. Yeah. First, I'm gonna answer the questions from my Instagram, and then I'm gonna answer the questions that I have on YouTube. And that's just the way we're gonna roll. That's what we're gonna do. That's how it's gonna go. So yeah, let's get into it. So first question is, have you ever been to Texas? And are you cool with or know any Texas Sigmas? I've never been to Texas before. I always wanted to go. I do want to visit like Dallas, San Antonio, Houston. As far as Sigmas, I do not know any Sigmas in Texas as of right now. Next question is, what was your major in college? Well, my major was hospitality management, which is very random from what I'm doing right now. But yeah, hospitality management. Next question, do you love the Reds? Do I love the Reds? Some of y'all be tripping like a mug though, god damn. But for the most part, I do love me some Reds. I can't even lie. Next question, tips on how to articulate why you want to join the Nphc org of your choice for interviews and interests. I mean, I really can't say any like for sure tips. It's just like how to articulate it is, if you have a passion for anything, you're gonna wanna talk about it and you're gonna wanna know why you're interested and why you wanna join. Like me, I have a passion for photography and videography. Anybody ask me questions about that, I can definitely articulate why I have a passion for it and why I like it so much and why I enjoy photography and videography. So same thing for Nphc organizations. If you're really passionate about it, then you'll be able to articulate it well. Best tips I can give you is go on a national website and really understand what they're about and see if that aligns with what you really embody as a person, what you're trying to be, or if there's any connections on a national website that you might be connected with. You know, you just have to do your research and really figure that out for yourself. I can't really tell you how to articulate that. I'm interested in joining Nphc. I've done a lot of research on their history, but I'm very introverted. That's perfectly fine, man. Like, it's okay if you're introverted. Not all Nphc members will be extroverts. Not all Nphc members will be a mix of both. There are introverts in Nphc organizations. Your job doesn't hire all one person. A job doesn't hire all smart people, all just engineers, all just accountants, or all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be a variety of people to help that job do well, to help that business flow. Same thing with Nphc organizations. We need people that are introverts, extroverts, smart, you know, social. We need them all. So it's okay if you're not extrovert. Oh, it says, no question, my guy. Just love your videos, getting me more prepared. That's what the channel's for, man, to help everybody, you know what I'm saying? Next question, is pledging single letter chapters like alpha chapter very hard? There is a myth that pledging alpha chapters is harder than pledging like 2-letter or 3-letter chapters. You know what I'm saying? That's the myth. Do I know for sure? No, because I come from a 2-letter chapter. Now I would think alpha chapters probably would go a little bit harder or will be a little bit more challenging because it's more prestige to it, because the level of interest that they might have, or more interest might be interested because they are the alpha chapter, the one that started it all, the one that put it all on the map and got it started. Like, yeah, so you just never know. But I think it probably would be a little bit more challenging, but I don't think it's too much more challenging than a 2-letter or 3-letter chapter. I'm just saying. Someone said, can being a Sigma Beta actually help you become a Sigma? The purpose of Sigma Beta Club is to be a mentorship. It's not to be a segue into Sigma. Even though you're mentored by Sigmas, it kind of gives you a glimpse of what our organization is like and kind of helps you build those relationships with members already. So in a sense of building relationships with members, yes, it can help you out because you have first-hand experience with some members that can write you a letter of recommendation or sponsor you or do something like that. So in that regard, it can help you, but just being a part of the org itself, Sigma Beta Club, I would say no. Someone said, what is one thing you wish someone would have told you before you became Greek or Sigma? Good question. I wish someone would tell me how time consuming this shit was. God, like I was in undergrad, and I was involved in a lot of things, and I've added on a fraternity onto that, plus a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm a first generation college student. I'm damn really don't even know too much about college and studying tips and all that. Like, it was a lot to add on, and I wish somebody would have said, you know something, you about to get yourself into a lot of time commitment, bro. I didn't know it was such a huge business aspect around it. All you really see is the social things, and that's what I saw. I didn't really understand the business side of being in a fraternity and understanding the internal workings of a fraternity. I didn't know, but I wish somebody would have laid that out to me. Not saying that I wouldn't have joined, but I would have been more prepared once I got offline to be like, okay, I'm about to do this and this about to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Sigma, I wish I would have known that people are biased, man. Like, you could be one great behind Sigma. You could be one of the best Sigmas out there, dress well, about your shit, on your A game and stuff, and people still don't give you credit because you're a Sigma and not an Alpha, a Kappa, or Omega, because these organizations came before your organization type thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I can say that I really like about being a Sigma, because a lot of people underestimate me. You know what I'm saying? Just because I wear blue and white, people underestimate me and think that I'm this way or I'm that way. But nah, I'm my own person at the end of the day. I've seen it all, especially since I started this YouTube channel thing. There's so many people that don't do a dang thing in a community or giving back and stuff like that, but get posted on these different Greek channels and different things like that because they're part of a certain organization. But if I was part of that organization, I'd be all over these damn platforms, you know? How do you address fake friends who wasn't there before you joined? You address it as if, you know, like, are you trying to gain something from me now that I joined? Like, now that I joined this organization, are you trying to have access to the things that I have access to? That's why you're around me now. So the best way to address it is like, yeah, they can be around you, but don't treat them as good as you treat your true loyal friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if you're in a fraternity or sorority, y'all having like a little kickback or something like that, you're gonna invite your true friends, but you're not gonna invite the people that just came just because they see that you're wearing letters now. Someone asked, when do you start thinking of line names? Man, when you're a DP, you really start day one of the first day of the intake process. The day one of being online, you start developing these, you know, these stereotypes of these people, and then they either prove you wrong or they prove you right. And then that's where you kind of get these names from. And, you know, throughout the process, you really understand the guys that you're teaching about the organization, if you're the DP or ADP or whatever, or if you're on a membership intake team. You really learn about the guys or the girls. So, you know, you take in what you learn and you kind of construct the name around that. So somebody said, how could you make Greek life more popular on campus? It really depends on your campus too. Like, I would say events. And when I say events, I don't mean just throwing events just because you want to throw an event and just to fill out PIA forms or just to meet the criteria of the organization you're in. Like, really throwing events for the student body that will get students engaged. That's how you know, become a little bit more popular on campus. Like, you need to throw some things. Like, if you know your school is real heavy on, let's say, football, and it's a away game, throw a watch party tailgate in the Union or something like that. Like, if that's what the students like, that's what you need to do. So you have to really study the student body in order for you to know what type of events you need to host in order for you to become more popular. Somebody said, how do I go about starting a D9 fraternity chapter at my college? The frat I want to pledge isn't active. I would say reach out to the local graduate chapter if they have one. If they don't have a local graduate chapter, reach out to the closest, and you just reach out to them and let them know that you know of yourself, of course, that's interested, and a few other guys or girls that's interested in the fraternity or sorority, and y'all would like to know if there's a potential that a chapter would be brought to the campus, or if they're inactive, if it will come back, and then they can go about that process if they see if it's a need for that chapter to be back on that campus, or if it's a need for a chapter to be on that campus, period. Somebody said, have you ever considered denouncing your letters? Actually, no, I never considered. Even after all the videos I've seen on YouTube of people denouncing their letters, I just can't resonate with their experience. God knows your true path. You know what I'm saying? God wouldn't have steered me to this organization if he didn't see my purpose in this organization. This organization helped me out more than if I wasn't in the organization. Somebody said, how do you build a brand if you're a shy person, but you're not a shy person with your friends? It doesn't matter. When you build your brand, it's all about what you want it to be. If you're shy, that doesn't take away from you being dapper or sophisticated, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. So it just depends on what you want your brand to be. So I would need a little bit more clarification for that question to answer. Let's see, what's the biggest and most motivational thing you've learned from 2018? I would say sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. I moved from South Carolina to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? I just took a leap of faith and I followed what I thought was right for me and my career and what was going on at the time. And ever since then, I've been leveling up. So sometimes you have to take a leap of faith, and sometimes you have to not be so scared to get outside of your comfort zone, because that's what happens to a lot of us, especially young, from 20 to damn 29, 30. We, even after that, we get scared of being, you know, taken out of our comfort zone and what we're used to and what we have a routine of doing. We get so scared when that kind of gets threatened. But sometimes you got to embrace the threat and go off on your own adventure and go off and take that risk. You know what I'm saying? Life is all about taking risk and seeing if that risk was worth it. Sometime it will and sometime it won't. But I think that's my biggest takeaway, is just, you know, taking that leap of faith and trusting in God and trusting in the messages that I've been receiving. Like, yes, this is what you need to do. You know, people either gonna be with you or they're not gonna be with you. And sometimes that's just the way life works. Sometimes you have to take that leap to get rid of the people that was either holding you back or to gain people that is gonna be in your new circle. So I would say just taking a leap of faith. That's what I learned, and just being courageous is what I learned in 2018. Somebody said, how do I know what I can offer to an organization? That's a question you're going to have to ask for yourself, because I don't know. You really have to sit down and analyze, what are you good at? What do you like doing? What can you offer based on the things that you like doing and what you're good at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be a shy person, but you might be able to crunch numbers. You know what I'm saying? You might be a treasurer in their organization. They might need that. You might be an outgoing person, but you don't like doing business, but you like talking in front of people. So you might be able to present and do all different types. Like, it's all kind of things that you embody that an organization probably may need or may like, that you embody something like that or have those characteristics. It's just all about finding that and being able to articulate that to the organization. But I would say just sit down and write down all the things you like, write down all the things that you can do, write down all the things that you can see yourself doing, even if you're not doing it now, but if you had the opportunity, you would do it. And just go from there. And I guarantee you find different things that you offer to the organization that you never thought you did. Someone said, where are you originally from? I am from Sumter, South Carolina, the Merc City. If you're from the 803, go ahead and put it in the comment section. You know, they call us Merc City. A lot of people ask why, you know, Sumter, South Carolina. You know, it's crime field, you know what I'm saying? Back when I was in Sumter, from like high school, Sumter was like in the top 10 for crime or murder or something like that. Like, we was up there, man. We was up there. I seen some things, not like murder, of course, but I done seen some things for Sumter, boy. But yeah, Sumter, South Carolina, that's where I'm from. Someone asked, how's your love life? Baby, you know that I miss you. I wanna get with you tonight, but my love life, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a love life. What you talking about? Nope, no love life. All right, so that's it for the Instagram questions. Let's jump to the YouTube questions. I got a few on there, not many, but we gonna jump in and see. We gonna see. Kaya 43, I'm gonna put you out there because you know you're a YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go subscribe to Kaya 43 channel, man. She a cool person. She said, you sound pretty passionate talking about your career. How did this fall? I can't even read. How did this all come about, your interest for it all? I would say, you know, it's really random because, like I said, I graduated with a hospitality management degree. So I was interested in, you know, being a hotel general manager or resort general manager. And I did that for a little while. Right after I graduated, I went and worked at Walt Disney World on an internship at a resort, understood the resort a little bit, came back to Columbia, South Carolina, ended up getting a assistant director. Well, I ended up working front desk for a few months, and then I got a call to be an assistant director of rooms division. So that's like housekeeping. So I did that, And I realized the hotel wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? They don't close. They open 24/7. You got to go in on weekends. You get called in. I'm like, I can't work this life. No. Then I reached back out to like my alma mater. I graduated from the University of South Carolina. Reached out, saw a position open. Got a few of my colleagues that worked there and worked with me as a student write me some letters of recommendation and like recommend me to be like a recruiter there, admissions counselor, or some people call them recruiters. So I did that for 2 years, got promoted to being a diversity and inclusion recruiting coordinator type thing, did that for a few months. Then I just realized, I'm like, you know something, Columbia, South Carolina is cool and everything, but in order for my career to go to the next level, I'm gonna have to get out of Columbia. So that's how I got into corporate recruiting with what I'm doing now. So I just enjoy recruiting, you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I can say about my hospitality degree is it teaches you how to talk to people. It teaches you how to deal with different situations. It teaches you how to be kind of like outgoing and a people's person, and you just enjoy engaging with people. And that's why I kind of like recruiting. I get to talk to people. I get to help people decide the next stages of their life by giving them a job. I'm a corporate recruiter, but my focus is like campus recruiting. So I'm tasked with going to like different college campuses and talking to college students, recent college graduates, juniors and seniors and stuff like that. I can resonate with that because I'm still young myself. I'm only 26 years old, so I can like go to a college campus and really connect with people because like in a few years they'll be where I'm at. I like it and I love it. And that's how it all came about. Somebody said, what are your favorite places to eat in Atlanta? What are your favorite places to hang out in Atlanta? You know, Atlanta got some dope spots to eat, man. I'm basic sometimes. I like JR Crickets. It's a lot of good brunch spots. One of my favorite brunch spots is Negro Village. I think that's what it's called. Cool place. They got music. They be having DJs in there. People be turned for brunch up in there. But I like Negro Village. Places I like to hang out. I like to go to Edgewood here and there. My go-to spot is Hole in the Wall. Some people give Hole in the Wall a bad rap, but I like going to Hole in the Wall. They be lit, they be turned. I like going in there chilling. You know what I'm saying? And Moondog's right next to it. You know, cool place, cool atmosphere in Buckhead. But it's a lot of dope places in Atlanta that I haven't explored yet. And you know, I'll update y'all. I'll do a video on life in Atlanta. Someone said, I'm at a chapter at my high school, but we never had a probate, so is it too late to have one? I don't really know much about high school fraternities. I didn't even know y'all had probates in the first place, man. This is new to me, so I can't answer your question. Somebody said, can you talk about post-graduation depression and how you can avoid it? Man, I'm gonna tell you this. Post-graduate depression is real, and I know a lot of people go through this. You know what I'm saying? You graduate, you spend all this money on a degree, going 4 years, you know, to be something, and to get this amount of money to pay your student loans off, because they coming. So it's real, but I think the best way to handle it is to know that where you start off when you first graduate is not gonna be where you end up. You know, a lot of people want to rush. A lot of people want to have their dream house, their dream car, their dream job as soon as they're graduating. But a lot of times it don't happen quite so quick like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be patient. Sometimes you got to be patient and just wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of experience, work experience at one of these jobs. You know, a decent job. It might not be making what you wanted to make, but you making enough to live, you making enough to eat and have a roof over your head. Be thankful for that. And then while you're getting that experience, then you go off and you try to find that dream job and, you know, position yourself in a place for you to get your dream job and make what you want to be making. Some people get lucky. As soon as they graduate, they have their dream job and, you know, they go off and do all this good stuff. Some people get lucky. Like, I didn't have my dream job as soon as I graduated. I was working front desk making $9.50 an hour. You think I want to make $9.50 an hour at front desk with a hospitality management degree and everybody in my sector didn't even have a degree? No, I didn't, but it positioned me and I learned a lot of things and put me in the right path to where I wanted to go at the time. And I still, to this day, use traits that I learned in the hotel industry into what I'm doing now. Just different situations that I had to go through that makes me humble and able to take people's shit all the time. So, like, things happen for a reason, and just know that things will happen for a reason, and you just have to trust the process. And you gotta love the process as much as you want the end result. A lot of people, let's say you want to be a doctor, you want the end result of being a doctor and making a lot of money. But I'd rather go to the doctor that loved the process to become a doctor rather than the person that just wanted the end result. Cause that's gonna let you treat me a certain type of way. So you gotta trust the process as much as you want the end result. And what drew you into becoming a YouTuber, and what is your favorite memory related to YouTube thus far? What really drew me to YouTube is, I like talking, man. I like talking. So that's really what drew me to YouTube, and I consider myself a creative. You know what I'm saying? I like photography and I like videography. So YouTube allows me to, get into my creative atmosphere in my zone. You know what I'm saying? I got a real job, a corporate job. I do that 9 to 5. But I also want other things to do as well. So YouTube, that's how YouTube got into it. Of course, I get paid for YouTube, so that's an extra, few dollars here each month, and that always helps. So for me, it's just all about, creativity, allowing me to be creative, allowing me to think on my feet, allowing me to help people, you know what I'm saying? And that's my whole thing in life. My job, I'm helping people. With YouTube, I'm trying to help people as well. So it's just not all about me, it's about everybody. It's about people that's looking up to me. It's about my family. It's about people that still go to USC. It's about all that, trying to help people get to where they're trying to go in life, because some people just need help. But to answer your second question, what's my best memory from YouTube thus far? I would say 2. The other day I had a call with YouTube and Google, man, and I never thought I'd be talking to them. I never thought I'd be talking to them folks, and it just shows like the level of growth that my channel have been, receiving within these past months and year. Thanks to you guys. Thank you for supporting. But just talking with them and hearing them talk about my channel and how it's nothing but positivity going on, it makes me really sit down and be like, something, Corey, you on your purpose, man. This is what you was meaning and meant to do. So hearing them talk about my channel, going over like different analytics and come up with a report and PowerPoint just based off me, man, like that was just, I can't even explain the feeling. But second would be reaching 1,000 subscribers and reaching 10,000 subscribers, So that was like some highlights, because when I first started, I'm like, I'm gonna never hit 1,000. I'm like, I'm gonna never hit 10,000. And now I'm like, I'm gonna never hit like 50,000. So one day it's all gonna come, you know what I'm saying? So I'm patient, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing about YouTube for me, like I'm not riding on YouTube. And I think that's what set me apart from a lot of people. A lot of people get on YouTube hoping for fame, hoping to make this amount of money, hoping this and that. I don't hope for anything. I got a full-time job. I don't need YouTube, you know what I'm saying? But I do it on the side to help, and I do it from a good place. So that's why I feel like I've been growing, because it's genuine. It's not me trying to come out here and, make all this money so I can flake on all my subscribers and this and that. I'm genuinely trying to help people, man. And, if people want to rock with that, they going to subscribe. If people down with my attitude and way I approach life, they going to subscribe. If y'all down with my tips and advice, y'all going to subscribe and keep rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I really wanted this channel to be, and that's what it's come to be, and I appreciate it. I know that was long-winded, but I'm passionate about this YouTube thing, man. I'm passionate about it. Someone said, when can you try to join a frat when you're in college? Man, I would say you can try to join freshman year, but I always say sophomore year is the best year to seek interest. It's the best sophomore year. Trust me. Just trust me on that. Somebody said, what impact has joining Phi Beta Sigma had on your life so far? I've met so many great brothers. And it's made an impact on my life where I can go to them for anything I need, whether it's finances, whether that's advice, whether that's just chopping it up, kicking it, giggles, all that. I met a lot of people, and I don't have brothers, so for me that made an impact on me, just having like a long band of brothers I can just look up to. Sigmas I look up to, Sigmas I mentor, Sigmas that I don't know that I help support anything if they reach out. Like, man, it's just a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? So that brotherhood is a huge aspect that, had an impact on my life. That's what positivity, man. It's always been positive vibes from Sigma ever since I've been in it. And even like, I wouldn't be as dapper as I am today if it wasn't for Sigma, because my damn pro fights, they taught me how to tie certain ties, taught me how to pick out certain suits, taught me how to get them fitted well. Like, man, they hooked me up, man. Somebody said, should I go to study tables, and what can I do to stand out to be a part of Phi Beta Sigma? Study tables, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a way for you to get to know some of the brothers if they're inviting people to study with them. A way to stand out is just be you, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what Phi Beta Sigma is all about. It's about being you. It's not about conforming to what we are, because we don't have a stereotype. It's not about conforming to what we want you to be. It's about who you are. And if what you have going on is positive, and you're helping the community, and you're scholarly, and you have what it takes to be a good brother, and you know you can add some weight to the organization, then you should be good, man. Someone said, on a graduate chapter level, how do you make yourself stand out when you know they are interested in you? If they're interested in you, then I mean, I feel like you're already standing out if they're interested in you, especially if it's a grad chapter. So I would just say continue doing what you're doing. How to find a sponsorship or how to pay for Greek fees. That's a hard one. You either got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, or you just, to pay for Greek fees, you just got to start saving now. Just start saving now. Just start saving every little thing you can now, so when that time comes, you have less to pay. Somebody said, do NPHC Neos have big brothers and sisters as they go through the intake process? Yes, you will be. Usually you're paired up with like a club. So if there's someone in a chapter that's also an ace and you're going to be the ace, you'll be paired up with them. And the last question I have, what was the most difficult part of the intake process for you, and what are your suggestions for those starting this process? Like I said earlier, the most difficult part for me was time, and just figuring out how to study my schoolwork versus study for the organization versus doing this and that, and being like, it was a lot. So for me, that was the hardest part. Luckily, I was kind of organized, so I was able to kind of break it up a little bit. But I think if you're starting the process, just get you a planner, get you some calendars, utilize your phone. Utilize your phone for either your agenda, calendar, alarms, like whatever you need. Utilize like some type of organization tool so you can stay on track of everything. Man, thank you all for asking me these questions. I really appreciate it. You know, probably down the line in 2019, I'll do another Q&A later on. You know, I'm gonna be doing some live feeds, so y'all know y'all can always, you know, ask me questions in the live feed. I'll be happy to answer those questions. So I'll probably do some live feeds here and there. But if y'all have any other questions, definitely hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I am not, you know, going to ignore you all. You know, I'm pretty sure you could ask a bunch of the subscribers who hit me up on Instagram. Ask them if I hit them up. I always hit my subscribers up, or I always reply back. You know what I'm saying? At least until I can't no more. I got 14,000 subscribers. I can reply back to a couple of DMs. So yeah, hit me up if y'all have any questions, concerns, anything like that, and I might can help you out. Let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? We all trying to level up, and we all need help out here. You trying to level up, trying to build your brand, you trying to get an NPHC organization, you trying to get some life tips, you trying to get some style tips. If you're a guy, man, hit me up. I got videos coming soon. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, hit that like button. And if you're a part of the crew, I appreciate y'all. Confidence, resilience, excellent win. You go by those 4 things, and I guarantee you, you will be on the right path to success.